I'm James Smith. Welcome to In This Corner from Carmine's Italian Restaurant inside Caesars Palace. Today, the announcement for the inductees to the 2016 Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. I'm with President and Founder Rich Marotta. Great to see you.
Hey, Smitty, and congratulations on your own induction into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame this year. Very exciting.
We'll get to that in just a moment, but talk about this year's class, some great fighters, some great trainers, some pretty damn good media people, and others, including a pioneer for the sport in women's boxing. Right. Talk about this year's class.
Well, I'm very excited. It's just I'll start with the last thing you said, of a pioneer in women's boxing, and really kind of opened the doors, paved the way for women's boxing to become popular. Christy Martin is going to be the first female boxer inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame. We're very excited about that, and we had a conference call with her, and she was so excited, as she described it, just over the moon about it. But she brought a lot to the sport. She landed on the cover of Sports Illustrated with that sensational blood and guts fight that she had with Deirdre Gogarty many years ago on a Mike Tyson card. And so we're happy to have Christy Martin. Unlike the Academy Awards, I feel we have great diversity in our in our class. I mean, we've got black fighters, white fighter in Boom Boom Mancini. We have a Mexican fighter in Ricardo Lopez. We've got sweet boxers like Pernell Whitaker, and big hitters like Riddick Big Daddy Bowe. And we have for kind of our pioneer, he's turning 80 years old next month, and that's Freddy who is our Nevada resident boxer, and of course the first woman boxer to be inducted into the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, Christy Martin.
And we're here at Carmine's, this fantastic Italian restaurant, inside a place that will once again host the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame, Caesars Palace.
Right, very excited about that. Last year when we came here, everyone was very excited because it is the legendary home of champions. And that incredible era, Smitty, that was here in the 1970s and 1980s and 1990s, the outdoor fights at Caesars meant so much to the sport. And so many of the inductees fought here from not just last year's card, but this year's card. Riddick Bowe, obviously, in the most bizarre fight ever in Nevada with the Fan Man fight. Christy Martin fought here at Caesars Palace. It just means a lot to the sport. It means a lot to the Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame for us to be here in this spot this year. They were great hosts for us last year, and we're looking for big things. It'll be July 29th and 30th. That's our induction weekend. The actual induction gala, the ceremony and dinner will be the Saturday night, July the 30th.
Well, you got a great group of fighters and trainers and some pretty decent media people as well. We look forward to July 29th and 30th. Right,
and as we mentioned, you are being inducted this year. As I mentioned in my remarks at our press conference, that I feel there's no one more devoted to the sport of boxing than yourself. But Thell, Torrance, and Kenny Adams, great trainers. Tim Dahlberg, an unbelievably great boxing writer for more than 30 years, author of Fight Town. He will be inducted as well. And Johnny Tocco, who is a great revered name, whose gym still operates here in Las Vegas, also being inducted.
Well, it's a great honor for yours truly. I have had two homes, Florida, and I was inducted in there in 2011 and here in 2016. So I look forward to July 29th and 30th. And let's hear from some of the other inductees, including yours truly.
I spent 30 years in the military, yes. All I knew was hardcore, and that plays a little bit of part on some people that are not able to deal with that because it has to be strength, and you have to be disciplined. In order to be a great fighter, you need to be disciplined, and that's very, very important. And follow instructions to the T. That's another thing that's the key. So, all in all, I'd like to leave this with you if I can. Something that Hagler said. He said, when they cut my head open, all they'll find is one boxing glove. I live it. And that's basically what I do. I live it.
And I'm really happy to be inducted into the Hall of Fame, Nevada Boxing Hall of Fame this year. Kenny Adams, I'm glad to be with you. Kenny and I were in Seoul together in 1988, the craziest Olympic Games ever. And I don't know any coach that could have gotten a team through that the way that Kenny did. Roy Jones got decision taken from him. One of the fighters missed the bus. It was just the Koreans rioted. It was just a crazy time. But anyway, thank you very much. I haven't taken any punches, so I don't know if I'm going to be a full-fledged member of this group, though Mike Tyson's bodyguards beat me up a couple times, including at Johnny Tocco's gym. So it's great seeing everybody here, and thank you very much.
One of the guys I was training was Ken Norton, Tony Tubbs, Kenny Coombs, Montel Griffin, you know, Virgil Hill, and these guys. Anytime we were planning something, I had retired, to make a long story short, and we had formed a company with Fudge Torrance International. Eddie mentioned to me Ali, the word is out that he's going to be in the gym. Now, we were training Ken Norton. Ali came in the gym, and I know him, but he's always been one of my favorite guys, but I just happened to be on the other side of the track. I was training Ken Norton. He came in telling Ken Norton he's going to whip him, yelling at him, and doing all these kind of things, and next thing you know, we had a fight.
I'm about the fighters. I have done more long-form interviews with fighters on my show than anybody in history. I've done more in-ring segments. I've been in the ring with 50 world champions, including some guys that are in here like Eddie Mustafa Muhammad and Jesse Vargas. Congratulations on Saturday night, and some others. I'm about the fighters. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the fighters. I think I have a different perspective than any media person out there because I've been inside the ring with the fighters. It has nothing to do with my brilliant 3-year boxing career, which Angelo Dundee described me as the greatest sprinter in the history of the fight game. But I'm all about the fighters, so this date, March 8th, 45 years ago, I was 10 or 11, something like that, I stopped counting, and I watched it. It was a Monday night. I was in Miami, and I watched it on closed circuit television, and I came home, and I got sick, and I threw up, and I didn't go to school the next day. But here I am now, and it has a lot to do with your dad, that fight, and all of these great fighters that are in this room today. Again, I'm all about the fighters, and for me, this really is a Super Tuesday. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you in July at Caesar's Palace.